The Acolyte is redoing Obi-Wan's best prequel story hundreds of years before the events of Star Wars, Episode I, The Phantom Menace. After more than 2 years of almost no updates, Star Wars' most exciting upcoming TV show has finally started shooting. In an official tweet announcing the beginning of production, Star Wars also revealed the Acolyte's cast and first official synopsis. Though no character has been named or described, the Acolyte's synopsis reveals who the show will follow as the main characters, and it could not be more exciting. The Acolyte is being described as a mystery thriller, something Star Wars has done before, that will explore the secrets of the dark side of the Force in a time period where everything seemed fine for the Jedi. The Acolyte will see a Padawan reuniting with her Jedi Master to investigate crimes that are somehow connected to the dark side, a dynamic that is very similar to Anakin and Obi-Wan at the beginning of Star Wars, Episode II, Attack of the Clones. Most of Obi-Wan's role in Attack of the Clones was being a Jedi detective, a singular combination that worked incredibly well with Coruscant's cyberpunk aesthetic and that could now be mirrored by the Acolyte. Obi-Wan's prequel story is a great sign for the Acolyte's plot. One of the most interesting things about the Star Wars prequels is how they explored the Jedi at the height of their power, at least compared to the original Star Wars trilogy in which there was only a handful of Jedi left. Obi-Wan Kenobi and his Padawan Anakin Skywalker investigating crimes across Coruscant is something audiences had never imagined seeing after the first 3 Star Wars movies, and it proved how rich the Star Wars lore could be. Most of Star Wars' recent movies and shows have only featured a couple of Force users, if at all, thus reducing the scope of the stories they could tell. The Acolyte, on the other hand, is set to once again feature the Jedi at their peak. Why the Acolyte is so exciting, important, for Star Wars. From the Star Wars sequel trilogy to the Mandoverse, a significant part of the Disney Star Wars canon has felt too familiar, both thematically and in terms of timeline. The Empire vs. Rebel Alliance stories told in Obi-Wan Kenobi and Andor, or the Lawless Galaxy stories seen in The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett, are only a small part of what the Star Wars galaxy can offer, yet the franchise had so far avoided going far back in the Star Wars prequel timeline. A lot of Star Wars worldbuilding has been done through books and novels, as exemplified by the High Republic imprint, and now the Acolyte can bring that atmosphere into live action for the first time. Star Wars is asking for something truly unique, and the Acolyte is a strong candidate to be that story. A Jedi and their former Padawan investigating the mysteries of the dark side of the Force across the galaxy is an incredibly exciting setup, and it mirrors how George Lucas always tried to combine different movie genres into his Star Wars films. From the High Republic setting to the first synopsis, The Acolyte is promising to be one of the most interesting Star Wars stories in years, both in terms of movies and TV.